Man, what the hell going on with these kids out here? I don't know if y'all heard about this. This happened in October. There were 4 fifth grade girls who plotted on taking the life of an 11-year-old boy because he was accused of cheating. Okay? They accused him of cheating. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. But that's crazy. But let me tell you the crazier part. They actually had this whole thing planned out. These chicks said that one was gonna write the letter saying that he wanted to take his own life. Another was gonna get the weapon that they used to take his life. They were gonna have another one sit back and watch. And then they were gonna have one that lure him to the bathroom in order to use the weapon on him. And these broads were talking about using gloves. That way there was no evidence, and that way their fingerprints was not on the weapon. Who the hell teaching these little 10 and 11-year-olds how to do something like this? You know who I blame outside of the parents? I blame the judicial system. When they went to go interrogate these young girls, 3 out of the 4 of them had remorse. One of them was laughing, she was making a joke out of it, and she didn't feel like she could really get into any type of trouble.
Just end him. That was the goal of a group of 10 and 11-year-old girls who, surprise police say, wanted to kill a boy at school. The motive? He's accused of cheating on one of them, so she wants him dead. The murder plot was simple. According to the police report, 4 fifth-grade students at Legacy Traditional School's West Surprise campus planned to lure a classmate to the charter school's outside bathroom and stab him in the stomach. And each girl had a role to play to get away with it. One would bring the knife, another would forge a suicide note to make it seem like he took his own life, and someone would act as a lookout while the other carried out the stabbing. And to avoid fingerprints on the murder weapon, they would wear gloves. Documents say the friends came up with the plan during lunch and recess on October 1st. Legacy administrators worked with the school resource officer to investigate when students who overheard the plot came forward. The next day, their backpacks were searched and the suspects were individually questioned with their parents present. All 4 children were then arrested for threatening and disorderly conduct misdemeanor charges. The police report says 3 of the students showed remorse, but the 4th would smile and laugh while making excuses for their actions.
I think they need to make the parents accountable for the type of children they raise, but also I gotta give the parents some grace. The reason why I gotta give the parents some grace is because the way these parents want to discipline their children, the judicial system won't let them. Because these kids know that they can basically do whatever they want and be exonerated of it. They can do whatever they want. They can rob stores, they can steal stuff, they can commit crimes, and nothing's gonna happen to them because they are a minor. I remember there were these teenage boys that were throwing objects off of a bridge at moving cars on the interstate. Somebody took like a boulder or a rock or something and they threw it at a windshield while this man was driving, and it ended up hitting him in the face or the chest. Anyway, he lost his life. And the judge decided, well, they're boys. I'm gonna give them 1 to 2 years of juvenile detention center. That's it. That's all. And they right back out here on the streets. That's why these children think they can do whatever they want. These kids, I know y'all saw that video going viral with this young girl that was bullying this 8-year-old boy. And this boy went to tell his father went to that young girl, and she proceeded to bully this baby right in front of his own father. And the father, went karate Jet Li on her. So, and I can't even say this is a black or white thing because it's not. Because you got black kids that I've seen video footage of this trying to fight their teachers because they teacher telling them, hey, please don't curse, don't be disrespectful, put your phone away, and then they try to fight their own teacher. What the hell is going on out here? And y'all want to talk about, people don't want to start families because of finances. Finances is only one of the many obstacles you're going to have to face when you have a child. Because when you got a kid, you got to think about all these outside influences. You got to think about people playing video games. You got to think about social media. You got to think about all these other adults. You got these women out here having relations with these kids. And I know y'all saw that situation in Florida where 190 children were rescued and there were 244 people being investigated. And you know how they got access to these children? They got access to these children through social media and through video games. Fortnite, Minecraft, Roblox, stuff like that. That's how they got access to these children. So the fact that children are already expensive to take care of, that's a drop in a bucket. You got to think about all the influences, and now you got to think about your child possibly losing their life at school, not just because of school shooters, but also because of relationships, failed relationships. This is crazy. This is diabolical. I don't know what I would do. My best bet is probably have a child, man, and homeschool them. That's the only thing I can think of. Homeschool the child, and maybe the mother can get a stay-at-home job, and y'all can put y'all resources together. That's the only thing I can think about. Because if I had a child, man, I would probably end up in prison. Because if somebody did something to my kid, I'm not the type to, oh, I forgive you. Oh, man, yeah, I know it was an accident. Okay. Well, I'm about to have an accident. That's how I look at it. And we all having accidents, and we all being remorseful. I'm about to have an accident and be remorseful too then. And to think about it, even if you do want to discipline your children, the judicial system has babied the kids so much. Now that they know that they can get away with it, they just gonna get worse. And degenerate children turn into degenerate adults. Like, I don't get, there's something in our system that gotta be broken. Because how is it that China's population is maybe like 3 or 4 times bigger than the United States, but our incarceration rate is the highest in the world? Something is not right about that. But anyways, man, make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe. I believe that this happened in Arizona, and this happened also in October. But anyways, make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe, all that. I got more videos to come. And y'all be safe out here, please.